In spite of the fact that he lost a major court battle last week saying that his ban on mask mandates was unconstitutional, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis decided on Monday of this week to go ahead and have his Department of Education punish 2 school districts that refused to comply with his ban on mask mandates. The 2 counties are Broward and Alachua, even though there's over 10 counties now in the state that have also implemented mask mandates. DeSantis has decided to use his DOE here in the state of Florida to issue a shot across the bow and say, now you don't get money. Although they did realize they can't actually withhold salaries from school board members, so they're just suggesting to the county that they withhold the salaries. Other than that, you don't get any money. In the order by the judge last week, he also ruled, or she, I can't remember, either way, irrelevant. The judge ruled that you can't punish these counties because your order was illegal. Therefore, any punishment does not hold up to the law. So you cannot do this, the judge ordered. That is a direct part from that ruling last week. And DeSantis said, screw it, I don't care. I'm going to punish them anyway. Openly challenging the court at this point to come in and do something which we know they're not going to do. Let me tell you something. If you or I defied a court order, if a court told us you have to do X or that you cannot do Y, and then we either did it or didn't do it, regardless of which one it was, we would be held in contempt and we would be thrown in jail. That's how that works. DeSantis, on the other hand, was told last week, you are not allowed to do this. 4 days later, he comes out, does it anyway. And here we are 2 days after that, and DeSantis is not in jail. It's almost like powerful people can just do whatever the hell they want and not ever have to worry about consequences, right, folks? Again, if you or I did that, we would already have been charged. Hell, they may have even already given us a court date at that point. But not Ron, not politicians, not here in the United States. No, that doesn't happen. As for the actual punishment to these school districts, the withholding of the funds, they're not too worried about it. And in fact, they've openly come out and said, we know he's going to do this. We don't care. We're going to protect the children, which is the smart, correct thing for these counties to do, especially because the Biden administration has already stepped up and said, listen, if he cuts your funding, because now we know he can't cut your pay, but if he cuts your funding, don't worry, we're going to tap into the stimulus funds. You can have that. You're going to get all the money you need. Don't worry about it. So school districts aren't worried about it. They're still going to get their money. Ron DeSantis gets to make his little political statement, and the courts aren't going to do a damn thing to punish him for it. But the voters can. The voters can next year. And right now, and this is the weirdest part of all of this, is DeSantis is tanking his career, tanking his future political ambitions for what? Pandering to the smallest part of Florida voters? Letting people die from COVID? Your poll numbers are tanking. They're getting worse by the week at this point, DeSantis. And I know he's got a lot of defenders on social media, but that's not translating into a higher approval rating for him. So those angry trolls on Twitter coming out to defend DeSantis every time you attack him, y'all are meaningless in so very many ways, but electorally here in Florida, y'all are meaningless because you're the minority now. And more people are waking up to the realization that Ron DeSantis is a little wannabe dictator that would rather see people die than have to admit he was wrong. Let's see how that plays out for him next year in the midterms.